National Youth Convention on Democracy, Dialogue and Coexistence in Manipur at Manipur University concludes. Disarm, disengage and dialogue way forward to solution, suggests Rami Niranjan Desai. Guilty Assam Rifles personnel should be booked. Condemnation not enough, says Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee. And Assam Rifles access is condemned. Effigy of Assam Rifles burned at Moirang Lamkai. Hello, Kurum Jerry, and welcome to Northeast Window TV. I am Jessie Thiam, giving you the news in detail. National Youth Convention organized by Manipur University Students' Union, MUSU, on the theme Democracy, Dialogue and Coexistence in Manipur at the Court Hall of Manipur University concluded today. The closing ceremony was attended by 𝐂𝐐�𝐯 MLA Sheikh Nurul Hassan, President of Manipur University Teachers Association Professor Irom Gambhir, President of Indigenous Peoples Forum Manipur Asang Kasar, scholar specializing on Northeast India Rami Niranjan Desai, and retired IAS Dr. R.K. Nimai. Speaking on the occasion, Rami Desai maintained that the country now is aware of the land distribution system in Manipur and influx of outsiders. People realize that something different needs to be done. It would be wrong to say that country doesn't think of Manipur. The national media is discussing the Manipur issue. People across the country are talking about it. Articles are being written about the issue as well, added Rami Desai. Today, India knows the strategic value of Northeast for its future. Rami also added that Manipur is not only gateway of India to Southeast Asia, but also India's golden gateway. Rami also opined that the territorial integrity of Manipur cannot be broken since it is not only Manipur's territorial integrity, but also India's.
The pain is not real, but I'm just saying if you're talking about the way forward, that way forward is not going to come from the past. It's going to come from the present, your actions today, and that is what is going to make you a roadmap that is strong enough to not give you artificial peace, to give you long-term peace. If you want artificial peace, many ways to have it. Have a dialogue, take out a document, say happy, 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 joy, joy, joy. Come back to stage one, a year down the line, 5 years down the line. Because that is not really the issue. The three areas that are really important is to disarm, is to disengage, and to dialogue. You need to understand what are the issues that are important to you. In my understanding, the core issue is the land issue. The core issue is land distribution, that if the problem is development, then the answers have to come from solutions that address development. Not separate states, not territorial change, but development. I would say start with land reforms. Understand what your land reforms are. Understand the legalities of it. And other communities will have to find common ground to understand what this means to you.
Asang Kasar said the politicians are not interested in resolving the crisis in the state. Manipur doesn't have a vision. When it is time to discuss about the crisis and relay the same globally, the leaders are involved in verbal fights, added Asang Kasar.
Manipur ki future policy karino, plan karino, haiba akhoi leite ba. Akhoi ki roadmap amta ullo ne, akhoi ki vision amta ullo ne. Akhoi problem mayam di leire. Adubu Manipur ki roadmap, Manipur ki future vision asi sini haiba amtang madu hana akhoi puthok se ba. Madu ki punamak mina pemba penda ba mayam madu karino haiba akhoi na common roadmap, common vision a policy ama puthokadaba muhut akhoi puthoppa ngamdraga. Amada akhoi station ba lom da chakre ba kana kumbana thukai ningai kana kumbana phatta ba wakhan da khalam ba yai khalam sunu madu mayam changlaga akhoi na defend toba tai madu na overcome toba ngam ga da ba leite toba da bu as a Manipur tong koina laigadabani chahi kaya laiminarakre hojik laiminagadoribani todabu Manipur si khwaidagi afaba lepak ama lenga state ama oihange haibagi vision du karino haibisini aina hangjaningbadi akhoi madudi laitraka oidaba padabata akhoi se chattana laireba ngasigi wa natebas.
On the other hand, MLA Sheikh Nurul Hassan mentioned that it is important that the demands of different ethnic groups are worked upon under a framework of the democracy. It is vital to have a dialogue without violence. The MLA also maintained that the people taking shelters at relief centers need to be resettled at their homes.
It is very much necessary to take prompt and timely action for immediate restoration of peace in the state while concerning the present ongoing ethnic crisis in Manipur based on the plight of the people grapple with the grave situation in the state. The territorial integrity of the state of Manipur should be maintained at all costs. Will not compromise on the territorial integrity of the state. No separate administration should be allowed at all costs in response to demand of any particular ethnic community.
Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee MPCC has questioned the government as to who gave the order to the Assam Rifles to open fire at the protesters instead of controlling the violence at Palel on September 8. Hitting out at the BJP government over the state cabinet statement that it condemns the excesses of Assam Rifles at Palel and that the center will be apprised of the same instead of booking guilty personnel of Assam Rifles. MPCC said that it is quite evident how weak the state government. Addressing media persons at a press meet held at the MPCC office on BT Road today, President of MPCC K. Meghachandra reiterated that the crisis, which broke out on May 3rd last, wouldn't have lasted for 4 months had the government intervened and worked honestly for the people. Questioning why the government has turned a blind eye to the financial problems facing the people because of the crisis, he alleged the government of busy making contracts for construction of houses and announcing ex gratia instead of taking steps to resolve the crisis and make arrangements for internally displaced people to return to their homes. Meghachandra also questioned the whereabouts of Kuldip Singh, and people have no longer any faith in state and central governments. He also termed the silence of the government despite rising deaths of people as extremely unfortunate.
Assam Rifle security forces singna karigi bicham prajada directly onsalga nomai kapi bano haifsima ahanbada hangini masigi thongdoksida sida state government na kari lokhalle haibsima hangini state government na thongdoksiga mari lenyana condemn tawi haiba lengwesima tabada khara nuaite condemn tawgi mahuta udakta FIR palaga Central Forces Assam Rifle da book tawtribno haibasi ai hangningi cabinet meeting da khanakhre haibasi yamna cabinet ki decision today da tholaiba madugi warep to madu yamna measure hoite asigumba misam praja mi chamron sonba asi ana myam ma thoga central government da masigi pau khanghalani haiba cabinet ki warep haibasibo सरकार सी कया यामना सोन खरबगे हाइबसी थंगनिमी कैबिनेट सी यामना पिकपा तौबो करिंता ngमजदबा मोंगदा वारेप खुलो अदगी लौरिबो वारेप तो यामना कंक्रीट बे वारेप लौदबा यूनिफाइड कमांड क्राइ चथ्रे सेंट्रल फोर्सेस ना बिसम प्रजा सोहलबा डायरेक्ट नोंगै कापबदी यूनिफाइड कमांड ना कजौरी एक्सप्लेनेशन कॉल कौग्रबरा यूनिफाइड कमांड ना असम राइफल की मथकता.
Large number of irate people burned effigies of Assam Rifles at Moirang Lamkai Junction last night in protest against the killing of 2 civilians and causing injury to more than 80 on the 8th of this month at Palel. Maira Paibis raised various slogans against the Assam Rifles on the occasion, and placards were displayed as well. Speaking on the sidelines, Maira Paibi leader Padamo condemned the atrocities of Assam Rifles on women. All 𝐼𝐴 of Moirang Assembly constituency strongly condemned the act by Assam Rifles. Even after seeing these atrocities by Assam Rifles, both centre and state governments still remained as mute spectators. Padamo condemned their silence. She demanded immediate withdrawal of Assam Rifles from Manipur. If the demands are not met, Padamo warned of carrying out intense stir.
Tasiyang na Newton laigadaba adugumba Central Forces oiriba Assam Rifles na nakal naman tadaliptana laigadaba makoina kuki misang sangaga maral laijadaba kulai su yaujadaba misam prasado onsilaga misam ani hatpa aduga aikhoigi kulai paijadaba isam chamba imai bel singa tamna tanadana nongmaina kapsinba adugumba thawngado ngasi pendadana laikai kunga mapandagi imai bel sing punna punsinjara khoi yaningdaba phongdokpaga loina na condemn tawbaga loina na ipiji asi mai thajabani asigumba thawng asi una ngasi gi laingak na Central government amadi Manipur government na yengdana leibai se aikoina aduki matik penjade athuba matamda Assam Rifles sing ase Manipur dagi maru thengna lokthokadabani amadi athuba matamda hairiba Assam Rifles sing se lokthokdaba taragadi hunai asida leiba mama punamakna makhal makha kayagi khongjam changchenabagi damakta sem sadana leijari haibasi tawdumjari Manipur Assam Rifles maru phangna Manipur Assam Rifles maru phangna Assam Rifles Mudabad Assam Rifles Mudabad Assam Rifles Mudabad Manipur imana Manipur ke naam kai
𝐼𝐴 staged a protest at 𝐶𝐤𝐲 last night against the atrocities carried out by Assam Rifles at Palil. Protesters raised various slogans against Assam Rifles. Protesting 𝐼𝐴 mentioned that the Assam Rifles have been supporting Kuki terrorists in the current ethnic clash that the Kukis began on May 3rd. The living example of this claim is in the silence maintained by the Assam Rifles when the Kukis burned down Meitei homes in Kuki-dominated areas such as More, Churachandpur, Sero, Iko, Kangpokpi, etc., which the Assam Rifles have been protecting. In the last 4 months, there has not been a single case of Assam Rifles shooting a Kuki. At Palil, where the Kukis began attacking Meiteis, Assam Rifles opened fire at the Meitei crowd. The irate protesters maintained. They demanded immediate withdrawal of Assam Rifles from Manipur.
Manipurda leiba CMB na mieng changbidona 𝐴𝐴 lokthokbiyo leitong khangdoma leiriba magi nupi na sa puthoga akhoida tariba awaba se amuktang moichu yauhanbiyo.
After remaining silent for a few days, Kuki terrorists are at it again. The Kuki terrorists opened indiscriminate fire last night about 8 p.m. from their bunkers and from behind Pubala Hilok in Bishnupur district. Later, gun firing was also reported at Naransana, Thamnapokpi, and Ngangkamaning. The gunfire took place until late last night. After halting for a while, the gunfire started again around 3 a.m. this morning. These gunfires every day, which has lasted for about half a month, has caused severe mental pressure on senior citizens and children. People of Naransana Maning Hilok continue to vacate their homes to find refuge at safer locations ever since the August 29th firing incident when a farmer was shot at by the Kuki terrorists. Police today stopped large number of 𝐼𝐴s from marching to Chief Minister's official bungalow at Moirangkom traffic point. Speaking to media persons, 𝐼𝐴 said women were marching towards Chief Minister's bungalow as they were told by President of BJP Manipur Pradesh, A. Sarda. to come to the Chief Minister's bungalow at 11 a.m. today to hold a joint talk along with the Chief Minister when the women last night visited the residences of a Sarda and Speaker of Manipur Legislative Assembly, T.H. Satyaberta. Later, after talking with the police, 30 representatives of 𝐷𝐼𝐴 were allowed to move forward to meet the Chief Minister.
Masing arang thokhiba palen gi thodokto sipai singna nongmai habisi karamba mafamda sizinagadabanno haiba khangdana miwonda onsen laga tapa miwonda onsen mabau yadabani tasengbai rule dagi ko makhoi kasam jaraga army ama oina lakpani join torpani adubu Manipur di adugumba aina do chanadre makhoina tawning ba tawre kuki ga manaraga ko madugumba mayam mase leibedagi mama mayam sigi thamoida pen da bigi kholaungna tomatana akhoi CM da karigumba khara haijage memorandum ji lising piraga su moi yengbide pabide mai thadok bigrabra 10 min da thada bigraba khoi khangdre aduna khoi mayam sina karigumba amatang di khangjagi ge da khoi laksabani
koina pen da badi ije masada masamangna ngarang mayam hupchelakanda aisu 𝐷𝐼𝐴 ni ai mayam gi mama ni aduga mamang tharaga chatkani na haibi kharaga masa sina banglo da leiraga aikoi ge laga saida thingjellaga changmai handabaje simadi tasengna aikoi mayam na su yaningde.
Youth of Manipur assembled at the residences of Kairao MLA L. Rameshwar and Thongju MLA T.H. Biswajit last night. Since MLA L. Rameshwar was in Delhi, volunteers of Youth of Manipur spoke to him over telephone. Later, the youth met with MLA Biswajit and pressed for various demands. Demands include never to compromise any element that challenges Manipur's territorial integrity. MLAs must work towards convening a fructuous assembly session and discussion on MLAs issues in the upcoming parliament session. The volunteers, along with the minister, also took oath to protect the integrity of Manipur. Organizing Committee of People Assembly, a union of 35 different organizations, has convened a People's Assembly on September 16 to arrive at resolutions to bring a solution to prevailing crisis in Manipur. The committee has called upon civil society organizations and the public at large to attend the assembly. A press meet was held in this regard at 𝐶𝐠 yesterday, jointly organized by Thawai Mirel, Maxima, Tagdal, MMDC, KSSLSB, and SAL. Addressing media persons, convener of Coordinating Committee on 30 Assembly Constituency, Loitongbom Binod Kumar said, the decision to convene the People's Assembly was taken during a meeting attended by members of 35 CSOs as at Ibudho, Wangbrin, Kana, Chauba, Sanglen, and Akampat on September 8. The meeting also resolved to submit memorandum containing collective resolutions to be taken during the People's Assembly on September 16 to the state government at the center, he said.
September ni tang tareta Manipur ki iboy ama sumang la sanglen da Thawai Mirel na Manipur da leriba CSO sing ase amatta oina pisina bagi kobiba meeting anda Manipur ni tongan na mafum kaya dagi CSO kunchaga mga saruk yaki hariba meeting aduda CSO sing ase akoy masek tungsin na haraga amatta oina tungsinwa haiduna akoy khalidaki kok tungsin na ba matung committee ama CM labagi tamata mathangi numit haibadi September gi tang 9 da akampa ta leiba ibudo Wangbrin khana sawba Ibudok asigi sanglen da koi punki mifam aduda matau karamna kamaina punda dagi haiba wafam sinase kupni nena ba matungda Manipur da hausi kuchi ba tangdu leita dra phibam asida Manipur ba People's Assembly ma kawwa haiduna koi
Taragi Jeshu has appealed to all civil society organizations of Manipur, students' organizations, women's organizations, youths' organizations to take part in the closed-door seminar tomorrow at 2 p.m. at their office in Kurai Ahonge. Situation in the state was tense with sporadic incidents of firing and congregation of protesters during the last 24 hours between September 8 and 9. According to report from Manipur Police Control Room, search operations were conducted by security forces in the fringe and vulnerable areas of Imphal West, Imphal East, Bishnupur, Thoubal, 𝐶𝐖𝐒 and Churachandpur districts and recovered one arm from 𝐶𝐤 district. During area domination in Bijoypur area, 𝐶𝐤 district, 4 individuals were arrested along with one arm, 18 ammunition and 1 explosive. Movement of 325 vehicles along National Highway 37 with essential items were ensured. Strict security measures were taken up in all vulnerable locations and security convoy was provided along sensitive stretches in order to ensure free and safe movement of the vehicles. A total of 130 checkpoints was installed in different districts of Manipur, both in the hills and the valley. While police detained 1,535 persons in connection with violations in different districts of the state, the report said. Expert team members of the committee formed by Supreme Court of India to investigate ethnic clash in Manipur visited relief camps and met with the internally displaced people yesterday. The expert team was divided into 2. Dr. Ramani Atkuri and Dr. Raman Kataria were part of the team to investigate about health, and Dr. Abha Chowdhury led a team to look after social welfare. The team visited 𝐍𝐾𝐻 High, Songal ECA Church campus, Tuibong ECA Church premises, 𝐷𝐒 Saikot PHSC, New Lamka PHSC, and Old Age Home run by Human Action for Rural Empowerment at New Mata. Deputy Commissioner Dharan Kumar, ADC Thangboy Gangte, and other top officials were also part of the team. 11 dengue cases have been recorded in Manipur in the past 48 hours, taking the total number since January to 372. Health Minister Dr. Sapam Ranjan Singh said necessary steps such as fogging exercise at specified areas and treatment of the mosquito nets with chemicals are on to prevent the spread of the disease. The maximum number of cases was reported from valley districts of the state. Imphal West District has the maximum number of cases, followed by Imphal East and Thoubal districts, said State Nodal Officer Dr. S. Gopal Singh of National Center for Vector-Borne Disease Control. The maximum number of cases was detected among the age group of 15 to 45 years. However, most of them have recovered. The total number of active cases as of now could be below 10, the officer said. Meanwhile, the state's health minister, Dr. Sapam Ranjan Singh, while speaking to media in Imphal, appealed to take general public to take up precautionary measures by following the state health department's guidelines. Senior Under Officer 𝐶𝐄 Inoni has passed out from Officers Training Academy OTA Chennai yesterday. Hailing from Senapati District's Ralu Namei village in Manipur, her journey to become an Indian Army officer has been full of grit and determination. 𝐶𝐄 Inoni said when she was in 8th standard, NCC was allowed for girls to give it a try. After joining the NCC Junior Wing, she got interested and thought of going higher. She later went to Delhi and joined NCC Senior Wing, and that's how she got inspired to join the army. A spectacular military parade on the Parameshwaran Drill Square at the Officers Training Academy in Chennai marked the commissioning of several gentlemen and lady cadets into the Indian Army yesterday. These cadets, who belong to the SSC 116 and SSC W30, the equivalent courses, had undergone rigorous training over a period of 11 months to reach this momentous occasion. On a good news, Romy Maitei bagged the Best Director Award at the 19th Kazan International Muslim Film Festival held in Russia's Kazan city from September 5 to 9. Romy Maitei's 𝐶𝐤 was among the 10 selected films for the men competition out of 127 films submitted for the festival from different countries.
I want to congratulate all the filmmakers that they have sent their film over here in such a prestigious festival, 19th edition of Kazan International Film Festival. Thank you very much, the organizing committee of 19th Kazan International Film Festival and all the jury. This is just not an award, that this is a way of showing respect to the storyteller that who's have been trying to tell their original stories at the far-flung places and unheard story. Thank you once again.
ऐसे यूनपो तांबला कोई तो तार है
Ipai puna thambiramban naurela du chit na payu.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi today called an end to the G20 summit in New Delhi by passing on a ceremonial gavel to Brazil, which will take the bloc's presidency from India. In his remarks on the closing ceremony of this two-day-long G20 summit, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that India still has the G20 presidency for nearly 2.5 months more and proposed the group leaders hold a virtual session of G20 by the end of November to review the topics decided in the two-day summit. India's G20 presidency concluded a day after reaching a consensus on the New Delhi leaders' declaration, which included paragraphs on the Ukraine conflict. Several nations commended India for brokering a consensus among the member states on some consensus issues through a series of discussions that included 200 hours of negotiations, 300 bilateral meets, and 15 drafts. And before we end, let's take a look at the headlines once again. National Youth Convention on Democracy, Dialogue and Coexistence in Manipur at Manipur University concludes. Disarm, disengage and dialogue way forward to solution, suggests Rami Niranjan Desai. Guilty Assam Rifles personnel should be booked. Condemnation not enough, says Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee. And Assam Rifles excesses condemned. Effigy of Assam Rifles burned at Moirang Langkai. That's all we have for now, but for more news updates, keep watching Northeast Window TV.